Here's the 3 steps of what I would recommend that you do when you have an insurance claim on your property. So if you have a flood, a fire, smoke damage, or something else, the very first thing that I would tell you to do is file a claim. You need to get that process started. Oftentimes people are afraid they're going to hurt their insurance rating, or their deductible is going to increase, or their premium is going to increase, or they may get canceled. That's the whole point of insurance. So if you have a claim that is more significant in value, then go ahead and get that process started. That individual is designed to help you through that process. A common misconception about insurance is once you get a check from the carrier, that's all the money that you're going to get. And if you cash that check, you can't get any other funds, from that insurance carrier, and you're kind of accepting the claim as it's written. That is not the way that process works. That check is for what is determined or agreed upon at that time, and absolutely can be increased. So think of this scenario. So you had a fire and there was some obvious damage to your property. Once the contractors come in and start taking things apart, they may discover additional damage behind the wall. Those can be handled through what's called supplements, or additional invoices to the carrier. Change orders are sometimes the way that that's referred to as, but in the insurance industry, we call those supplements. So definitely go ahead and take that check, cash those checks, and then you can work with your contractor to get additional funds when it's needed. When you're dealing with an insurance loss, I definitely recommend that you partner with a professional that has the ability to negotiate your claim. If you're just working with a contractor that's coming in and presenting an invoice and then just taking the money as offered and doing those repairs, you don't really have an advocate on your side. The insurance company's job is to get you covered, but is at the smallest possible amount. And the contractor, if he's not trained in how to negotiate these claims, is going to just accept whatever is offered. So it's really important that you align yourself with somebody that has the skills and the knowledge to navigate the insurance process, utilizing systems like Xactimate and Matterport scans and Hover scans and Eagle View scans and a lot of different technologies that go into these processes. It can get a little overwhelming, and so it's really important that you partner yourself with somebody that has the experience and knowledge to negotiate these claims. Another thing when you have a claim is to be aware of the fact that you can be compensated for the time that you put into manipulating the different things within your home. So if you have to be relocated, that should be covered by the insurance. Insurance carriers will call that content manipulation when you're moving your things around. You should absolutely be paid for those services. So don't think that just because it's your home, that you should be the one that's like giving away all your time for free and giving up time at work. That is not how insurance claims work. You should be hiring a contractor that's then doing all of those services for you. Now, if you take on those responsibilities, you absolutely have the right to be compensated for that time. One of the things that I would definitely encourage you guys to do when you have an insurance claim is connect with the adjuster really early on. One of the things that adjusters will often tell you is, oh, you can go ahead and get started on the repairs. And oftentimes people do. I definitely don't recommend that you do that. I recommend that you guys come to an agreement that you and the insurance company is happy with before you start doing repairs. I was just talking to a customer recently where the insurance adjuster said, oh, go ahead and get started on the repairs, and then presented a really low estimate. Now, I gave the advice to say, hey, don't start until that insurance claim, that scope is finalized and agreed to. It really saved that client some headache, because one of the things with insurance is if you start to manipulate the area or you start to do repairs before they have an opportunity to investigate the damage, then they may be able to deny the claim, saying that you didn't give them an opportunity to evaluate. I definitely recommend that you photograph everything that you do, get lots of video, make sure that you get documentation, maybe even record your family members on what it is that happened so that you have good documentation, good notes, good history, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that's thrown at you over the course of your claim, and you want to make sure that you can reference back and say, hey, this is what happened because I actually recorded myself on the phone, making sure that I kind of explained how I was feeling and what occurred and what transpired in that particular moment. So having good documentation is critical to handling a claim successfully.